It's still the same day, but I'm breaking this up in a couple of parts, few parts maybe, because I have so many eyeshadows. So this is the intro to part 2 of my eyeshadow palette collection, declutter, whatever. This is all the stuff still that I had in bins, like in like totes, like stored away, like it's not even in my main collection. So if that tells you anything, there will be some in here that are part of my collection or in, you know, like my available drawers, but for the most part, this is stuff that's stored away. So a lot of this just has to go. And I might even go through part 1 eventually, and then show you at the end. I might even declutter some more, we'll see. But yeah, so this is intro to part 2. So hope you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications if you're not already. Thank you for being here. And this is a massive declutter collection. So let's just get into it. All right, so sorry, don't mind the mess here. I had to lay a blanket down because you know this gets messy. I mean, I've already got a stain on the blanket somewhere there. But yeah, so this is the second tote that was stored away of stuff that we're going to go through today. And then these are bins that I have like readily available, but we're going to go through those as well. I'm sure I'm not really going to declutter much of that, but at least want to get my thoughts, feels on it, and you know, and show you my collection. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So here we go. All right, so like I did last time, I've just got this nice big space cleared, ready to go. And I'm just gonna pull all the palettes out and just put them on the floor there so we can go through them. So I will speed through this part, but you know, of course, go through everything in detail. So this is a lot of stuff. Here we go. In case I missed the intro before. This is just from this tote right here that I showed you. Yeah, so there it is. I didn't pull anything out of the other 2 little cubby bins that I showed you, the striped bins. That's all actually current stuff that I use. I'm just gonna we're gonna start with this because this is a lot already. And then again, I'm gonna have to do different parts because that's a lot of stuff too. So here we go. So, woo, where to start? Okay, I'm just gonna jump in and we're gonna go and I'm gonna do the same thing where I have a keep, a maybe, sentimental, and a definite declutter. So that's how we're gonna do it. So I have Touch and Soul Fill Up Orange palette. I don't know why I was so into this or so, you know, like wanted this so bad, but I actually searched for it and finally found it somewhere. Yeah, I don't know why. I think I am going to keep it though because this is my only Touch and Soul palette, probably the only one I'll ever have. So I will keep that just because of that. Formula's okay, it's just nothing special. My color pop, probably a lot of these I'll be keeping unless they're broken or something specific, but this is on Cloud Blue. Sorry, some of these are hard to open, so I'll do my best here, but very blue. And I don't use the mirrors in here, so a lot of time I'll still just keep them covered so they don't get messed up or don't get, you know, I don't know. And it helps with the reflection too. So, but anyways, keeping that. Oh, Iconic London. This is the other one I was talking about, Data Slay palette. I think I like this one better, so I'll probably keep this one and declutter the other one. But again, I'm going to put it in that maybe pile until I am able to compare it to the other one and determine for sure. This is a Revolution XX palette, Reflection Visionary. It's actually really pretty. I'm going to put this in the maybe because it's pretty, but like I'm sure I have all kinds of shadows that look just like that. So I'm going to put that in the maybe and think about it and decide what I want to do. Laura Mercier, one of my only Boheme Chic Eye Clay palette. One of my only palettes from Laura Mercier. I'm going to keep this because I love that color story. And that shadow there is really, really pretty. It's really flaky and kind of light, like, you know, a very soft texture, so it wants to break up very easily, but it's definitely a cute palette. All right, next we have MAC. There was a point there when I first was starting my journey that I'd get a whole lot of palettes and single shadows from them because they were so iconic. I think this is a single shadow palette. I am going to keep this. It doesn't have a name on it. I think this was just their like empty palette that I made it, you know, into single shadows that I put together. But I do like the color story, and it's one of my few MAC palettes left, so I'm going to keep that. I have a Makeup Forever. This is, what does it say? I feel like this is one with collab with Manny MUA, if I'm thinking correctly. I could be wrong. For that though, I am going to keep it just like in Sentimental, but I definitely wouldn't use some of these shadows, or actually it might not even be that. It might just be Makeup Forever, because I do have the Manny one collab as well. I think it was Makeup Forever. Anyways, I don't have a lot of Makeup Forever though as far as like this, so I'm going to keep this for now. Naked, Urban Decay Ultraviolet. I am going to keep this. I'm, like I said, going to keep on my Urban Decay. Urban Decay Naked Wild West. It's pretty. Definitely would be pretty to bring out this time of the year for fall. So I might have to dig into that. I'm trying to be better too. I'm going to start doing like shop my stash kind of videos so I can actually use some of this stuff that I have since I have so much. But here I have a Pro Artist. I'm trying to remember what this even was. It was something online. Oh, it was just single shadows. That's what it is. So I'm going to put this aside because I'm going to do a single shadow separate because I have a lot of them. All right, we have some Alter Ego palettes. I do like, of all the dupes, I do like Alter Ego the best. I think they have the best formula. I just think they do dupes the best, and it's just, they're very nice and feel like very, you know, weighty, very, they look very high class. They look very nice as far as I'm concerned. So we have the Alter Ego Canyon palette, which I believe this was the bronze, if I remember correctly, dupe for Natasha Denona. We have the Aurora, which is the sunrise or sunset, maybe sunrise, I don't know, anyways, but it's a dupe for one of those for Natasha Denona, and that's who they mostly dupe. This one though is a Huda Beauty nude dupe, so I'm going to keep all these. Again, I am going to keep all the Alter Ego because I really do like them for a dupe company, and then if I do want to pull them out and dupe, you know, or do a video, just nice to have. Profusion, they make some really good palettes. These are like $5 palettes. This is the Spectrum palette, which is a very colorful. There was a point that I would have been like, yes, I want to keep this because I didn't have much colorful makeup. But I think I'm going to put this in the maybe because I have a lot of colorful makeup now. So, and I don't wear colorful shadows like that. So it's probably going to get decluttered, but I still want to just think about it for a minute. We got some more. Oh, this here. This is just how bad I am. This is where I was at one point. This is Going Coconuts, but it is a backup for my current Going Coconuts. So, I don't know. I might either have to pull this one out since it's a little bit newer and use it, or just give this away to somebody. So I'm going to put this in the maybe because there's no reason. I'm never even going to go through the first one. So, and it's still on their website. So if I really wanted to replace it at some point because the formula's old, I can just go do that. Sorry, intermission break. Got my bubbly. Whoa, I don't know how people do these declutters all the time. This kills your back. Oh my God. And when you're in your 40s, you already have back aches and pains. Yeah, anyways, but I'm here for you. I am going to just suffer through this for y'all. So I hope you appreciate it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, ColourPop, some more of these little 9pan plastic. I do like these. Blue Moon. Again, not a color store I'm really going to wear much, but again, nice to have some options. And again, I paid money for these, collected them for a while, so I'm going to use them. All right, and sorry for most of these first two videos, you're going to see a lot of like older stuff, because again, this is stuff that I packed away, just didn't know what to do with it. I just wasn't in the mindset to declutter yet. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry, I had to get a little snack and get a drink, so I'm back. Another ColourPop Strawberry Shake palette. Again, really pretty, but I mean, not one I'm going to use very often, but you know, if I want to pull out a colorful red look. And then this one is Cloud Spun. Definitely pretty pink. Some of these, unfortunately, have glitters in them, glitter shadows, which I wish I'd stop doing. But anyways, this here is Millennial Beauty Sweetie Pie palette. I don't even remember where I got this from or how. It's pretty. I'm going to keep it in the maybe because I don't know my actual thoughts on this. I don't even remember getting that. So that's just sad, but true. So that goes in the maybe. Sorry, so far I haven't decluttered anything yet, but we're getting there. Don't you worry. Beauty Creations Mini Pro palette. I've got this one. It's volume 2 and I have volume 1. So I'm probably just going to keep one of these and get rid of the others. Let me just see which one is more my style. I feel like this one on the top, volume 2, I would get more use out of. So I'm going to keep that one, and volume 1 I'm going to get rid of. Declutter. Well, I guess I did declutter a few. I don't have any that are nostalgic right now, I guess is what I'm... Okay. Alright, Urban Decay. Got a couple of these little small on the Run palettes. We have Bailout, and we have Shortcut. pretty color story, but I remember these not performing very well. I was not all that excited about them, so we're going to declutter those. It's really the Naked palettes, like the Naked and a couple of the other ones that I'm like going to keep for sure. These other ones, like I don't really have any like loyalty to them. So another ColourPop. This is Lit Bretman collab. Actually a really cute little palette. So I mean, it's ColourPop, so obviously it's staying, but it's cute. Trying to see some of these other little random ones. I'm sure these are just, yeah, these are Makeup Geek. Aw, poor Makeup Geek. And actually, these might be some ColourPop singles, so I'm actually going to put that separate. Those are all my singles, so that would be in a separate video. Oh, look at this. Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I actually repurchased it and got rid of my old ones. That's why it looks very unused. But yeah, such a pretty palette. I am going to keep this. Like I said, it is newer, so I think I will still keep it with my regular palettes. I'm probably not going to use it much, obviously, at this point, but I was trying to decide if I was going to put it in my sentimental nostalgic pile or keep it with the regular, but you know. This one here is Dose of Colors and a collab with someone, I can't see who it is, but anyways, cute little palette. It is older though, so I don't have a whole lot of Dose of Colors, but I'm going to keep that in my sentimental because I do remember it being really cute. We have ColourPop Hello Kitty, cute little palette. Sorry, some of these you will see that I probably haven't even touched or barely touched because, again, there was a point where I was just literally just collecting without any really thought of using them or not. So this here is ColourPop. Oh, these are single shadows. So again, that'll be in my separate singles. ColourPop Bye Bye Birdie palette. So pretty. Such a pretty palette. So. Then I have the Lizzie McGuire palette. Definitely keeping that. Definitely nostalgic. The You Are a Cutie palette. And some of these, apologize, are not available anymore, but you know. Revolution, another colorful palette. The Reloaded Euphoria palette. Actually, for a colorful, it's actually more of those muted colors that, you know, I tend to think are pretty, but I still am going to declutter though, because, I mean, I know myself at this point, I'm not going to use colorful shadows that much. Revolution, the Emily edit, Emily Noel here on YouTube. It's a cute palette, and the quality is, you know, okay, nothing superb. But I am going to keep it, again, nostalgic. Not going to wear it, but I'll keep it in a nostalgia pile just because I do like Emily Noel. BH Cosmetic, this is a Fairy Lights palette. Probably going to declutter this one. I mean, it's cute and all, but I've got so many of those same colors, and I'm not going to use it, so. Oh, Barbie. I did get the Barbie, and I kept it. I think this is this the mirror? Oh, it is the mirror. I forgot I had the mirror. Sorry, I got the whole Barbie collection because, you know, grew up as a Barbie doll, you know, girl. So, you know, just for that, I did get the whole Barbie collection. So that's actually the mirror, and I got like some other stuff with it that I put aside, but I didn't realize that was in there. Whoops. Anyways, we have ColourPop Birds of Paradise. Very cute. That actually would be pretty for this time of the year. We have ColourPop Main Squeeze palette. Another pretty like red, strawberry red kind of palette. Not really going to use it, but obviously keeping it. Now again, this is what I was talking about. This is Sea Color, which is another dupes company. This is the Sundown palette, which I think was their dupe for Sunrise or Sunset, one of those. I can't remember which one right now. But again, this company, I don't think their quality is good. I'm going to keep this in the maybe though, because that might be the only Sea Color I have. And I do remember doing a video or like comparing or talking about how that wasn't as good quality. So I'm going to keep it just because of that until I figure out if I have another one. This is a Stila palette, Perfect Me, Perfect Hue in light medium, which is kind of cute because it has everything in there. So I'm going to keep this because I don't really have anything from Stila, and I remember that satin shade being really, really pretty, but that, you know, just a perfect little everyday palette. So I'm going to keep that. Another ColourPop. This is the Biddy, is that how you say it? Candy Button palette. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty. Nomad Cosmetics, indie brand. I do like some of their stuff. This is the Shanghai Yin Yang palette. I remember one of these having a lot of controversy. I don't know if it was this one or not, but I had bought it before I really even thought about all that because it was just, you know, at that point I was getting a lot of their stuff. I don't wear it, but I am going to keep it just because I think it's a really cool palette, really cool concept. And I like the brand. I like the concept of their brand, so I'm going to keep that. I have then, oh, maybe it was this one, Nomad Orient Express. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Anyways, I do have this palette as well, but I'm going to put that in Nostalgia again, just because I probably won't use it on, because I can't remember which one was controversial. And, you know, I want to be thoughtful, considerate. I have the Tardiest Pro palette. I think I got this one like in a boxy charm or something like that. This one's in the maybe. I have some other Tarte ones that I would reach before that one, and I just don't even know if I want to keep it or not. OPV Beauty Spotlight palette, actually really pretty. I think this is the only thing I have from OPV as well, so I'm just going to keep this because only thing from the brand. So Zoeva, yeah, again, there was a point where I was just going collecting all their stuff. I have no idea why. This is the Taupe palette. Now, I might put this one in the maybe because I do love those colors. Like taupes are my favorite, so I might have to look into that a little further, see what I think. Zoeva's formula is okay, and I know they were sold at Ulta for a while. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they're still, I don't think they're still there. I don't really hear anything from them. I don't even know if they're still around. This is the Blanc Fusion, which is just really light and just not something I'm going to reach for, so I'm definitely going to declutter that one. Oh, I think I put that in the wrong palette. Where's my maybe palette? Ooh, I think I mixed up my maybe and my declutter. Those are different declutters. Whoopsie. Okay, Iconic. I was going to decide. Yeah, that's the one I was deciding. This one I was still deciding. Deciding. Declutter. Declutter. Deciding. Shoot, I'm not decluttering very much. I'm not doing very good here, guys. Oh, I'm not doing very good with the declutter, so I might have to go through this again at some point here and figure out, ugh. All right, Smashbox Cover Shot Nova Eye Palette. It's pretty, but I have these shadows over and over again, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Smashbox, I'm not crazy about their eyeshadow formula. It's okay, but Wet n Wild, I have the Rose in the Air palette, like when they used to do these old, this type of, again, it's pretty, but I mean, I'm not going to reach for this before I reach for some of my other higher end palettes. Now, there are a couple that I probably will keep. Like this, is it this one? Oh, this is Silent. Okay, Wet n Wild Silent Treatment. That's cute. I might keep that in the maybe and just see. I feel like there was another one I was thinking about that I want to keep. Pure and Trolls. I just really didn't care for this palette. I didn't think it was anything special, so I'm going to declutter that one. Pixie, I do have a few of their palettes. This is Mixed Metals. It's okay. I'm going to put it in the maybe. I think I have one more other Pixie palette, and I just want to keep one or the other. I don't need both. But I'm going to put that in the maybe till I find the other one, and then just decide between the two which one I want to keep. Oh, that's funny. This isn't even what was supposed to be in there. That's the Made by Mitchell. That's actually the packaging thing it came in, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I just thought that was really cool. Beauty Bay. This is a bright palette. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I'm not into those colors. Just not my thing. Colored Rain. I do like Colored Rain. This is Vivid Pigments and Shadows. Vivid Pressed Pigments and Shadows. Yeah, I guess that's just what it's called. It's pretty, but again, not something I'm going to wear, so I'm going to get rid of that one. I have my favorite Colored Rain palette, which is in another one, the Queen of Hearts, I think it's called. I'll definitely keep that one, but that one there, I'm not so sure about. Oh, here. I think here's the other one. Okay. This is another one. This is the Eye Reflection Reflex Light palette. So I'm going to put this on the side here and just decide which color story I like better because they're so similar that I'm like, I almost wish I could combine them because I see some in here that I'd like, I don't know, maybe I'll try. I'm going to see if they're removable. If they are, I might make my own palette. So I'm going to keep both of those in the maybe and see if I can condense and just take the shadows that I really want out of them and get rid of the other one. Oh, Tarte. This was kind of cool because it was an all-in-one face and eye palette. So you move those across, and I do remember this being really good quality. I'm going to put this in the maybe though. I mean, not that it's bad or anything, but there's plenty of people that I know that would get way more use out of that, and it's pretty cool. So while it's still in, usable condition. Yeah. And this one is, I think, LA Girl Eyelux in Optimize. Actually really cute. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this too because I'm sure there are plenty of people that could use something like that. And I have, again, just so many eyeshadows. It's just silly. I've got to get rid of some of this stuff. All right, we have a Bell and Argent palette in Nude Intuitive Vision. I actually got this from a BoxyCharm. It's actually not a bad palette. There's this one and I think another one I got. So until I figure out which one I'm going to keep, again, it's the only one from this brand. I'm going to keep it aside. And again, I'm probably going to do another declutter at some point here and really try to be more brutal and like, whether it's a brand I have stuff from or not, just get rid of stuff, like really get rid of it. But right now, you know, it's baby steps here, baby steps, okay? This is a big move for me. So, Morphe, another palette here. This is the Artistry palette. Doesn't say exactly. It's a pretty palette, but I'm not into Morphe like that, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. I just kept a couple because nostalgic reasons. And my James Charles, I gave to my daughter, so don't even have that one anymore. This is a Too Faced palette. It's really cute. It's Sparkling Pineapple Eyeshadow Palette. I got this at like at TJ Maxx or something really discounted. But it's actually a really pretty palette, and I really like, I think it's actually there. It's kind of like a duochrome maybe. That one's a really sparkling and pretty. That one's a really pretty color. So I'm actually going to keep this. I actually like this palette. All right, this is e.l.f. and Jen Atkin collab palette. The problem is when I got the medium one, I think it is. So it's a little bit too dark. And I have plenty of their little quads that I really like, and I have plenty of face products that I'm not even going to use this, so I'm going to go ahead and give that to somebody that might enjoy it. Naked, Urban Decay's Naked Cherry palette. I didn't even think I used this one. These tones really just aren't really for me. They're too like pinky. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll actually try to use it and see what I think, but I'm going to keep it because again, it's a Naked palette. So ColourPop, I have the Wine and Only palette. This one's actually really pretty. Definitely gets some dark, you know, sultry kind of looks with it, but it's really pretty. So I like to keep this for like Valentine's Day kind of time. I think that's really pretty for that. So obviously it's ColourPop. I was going to keep it anyway. So Folklore, we have this Sunrise palette, which I think was another dupe for Huda Beauty's Nude palette. Yeah, because it has one of those funky shadows in it. It's okay. I am going to keep it though because I think it's the only Folklore palette I have. So again, I'm just going to revisit that maybe later and just see if I really want to keep it. Profusion Blend and Glow palette. This is actually really cool because it is like the all-in-one palette. I'm going to put this in the maybe though because I do have other color or Profusion palettes, and so I'm like, I mean, it's a nice neutral palette, but it's really big and bulky and I don't really need it. So let me get that out of the way. Otherwise it's still sitting there. Oh, Milani. I remember finding these at TJ Maxx, and I don't know, I just couldn't help myself. I was like, oh, look at all these palettes. So I have the Milani, this is the Everyday Eyes palette and Basic Mattes. We have Romantic Mattes, and then we have Must Have Metallics. So I'm going to put those in maybe just because I know I don't need them all, but I've got to decide which one of the three I might keep, if any of them. So I'm going to go into that later. Laura Lee, I have the Party Animal palette. I originally got this because I didn't have any other Laura Lee palettes and I just wanted to try something from her brand. Not my thing though, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Because again, I'm just not really into colorful shadows like that. We have a Makeup Geek in the Nude palette. Oh, this is before, yeah. I'm gonna look into this because I feel like most of these colors I have in other palettes, like in other Makeup Geek. I like Makeup Geek, and even though she went out of business, unfortunately, I'm keeping her stuff because I like her and I thought her stuff was really good quality, so I'm really sad she went. So I'm keeping that in my maybes and just see if I have some of the similar shades in other palettes that I might be able to just get rid of that one and keep the other ones. I think what I'll do here, let me shift. I feel like I'm getting out of focus here, or like getting out of frame. You know what I mean? Oh goodness, here we go. That way I can be myself more out of frame and let you just focus on the palettes. Okay, so more Juvia's Place. We have the Tribe palette by Juvia's Place. I think Juvia's Place I'm going to put in maybe, and then like decide which of the ones I want to go through. Again, I'm going to keep like probably all the maybes to the very end, and like my last part of this, go through the maybes and just determine where they're going to go. Because I have so many, I'm just going to need to see what I have, and you know what I mean, to know if I have some similar and where they are. So anyways, but yeah, let's get back. Okay, Urban Decay, the original Naked. I did not get it when it first came out. Again, when this first came out, I was not into makeup. But later on, I did find it like on a used, like Mercari or something like that. And it looked pretty good condition. So really, I just kept it for the nostalgic. So I'm going to put in the nostalgic pile. Because again, the Urban Decay Nakeds I'm not getting rid of. But it's not what I'm going to wear. So we have the Beauty Creations Mini Pro Volume 3. That's pretty, but I did keep that other one. So... yeah, that's a little bit more warmer toned. I'm going to put that in the declutter. Get rid of it. ColourPop, the Ornate palette. I think these palettes were actually really cute, really pretty. And I didn't hear a lot of talk about them, but there's one especially Baroque. I can't remember. It might have been Baroque or something like that. I forget what it's called, but it was really, really pretty. Definitely keeping that. I have a Tarte. It looks like in collab with Whitney Simmons, whoever that is. It's the Eye and Cheek palette. Again, really, really cute. Oh, and it still smells good. That's one thing about Tarte. Oh, I love the smell, that like chocolatey smell or whatever it is of their palettes. Oh my gosh. So this one I'm going to put in the maybe, because I know I have a lot of, but man, it's just hard. I don't know. Some of the stuff's just hard to let go. I'm like, God, I spent money for this stuff. Like it didn't just show up on my front door. Like I paid money for this. So anyways, this is a Disney, ColourPop Disney Designer Collection. It's a Princess Thing palette. Very pretty, so obviously keeping that. Some more ColourPop. As you see, I have a lot of ColourPop. The Garden Variety palette. Really pretty. Not one I gravitate towards much, but some older ones. I have All I See Is Magic palette. So pretty. Some of these I wish I'd come back with. And then Golden State of Mind palette. So, so pretty. Whew, look at that mess. And then the Milan palette, which I thought was really, really pretty. When it came out, I do remember that, but I wish they keep putting so many glitter shadows in these palettes, so I'm like, why? I feel like they've done a little bit better. These two, though, are a lot older. I'm going to put these in the nostalgia palette pile, though, because I'm definitely not going to wear them. They're too old. I have ColourPop She's Got Solstice, really pretty palette as well. Oh, here's my Barbie, my Malibu Barbie. I even kept it in the little sleeve. But yeah, I didn't get it in with intention to wear it. Again, just nostalgic. So it's pretty though. I did hear it was actually good quality, but I never put it on my eyes actually. Don't ask. That's sad. That's a shame, but it is what it is. So, so I'm gonna put that, and I'll also put that with the regular because I might actually use it eventually. This one here is a Saved by the Bell. I'm actually gonna get rid of this one. I think I got this one and it came broken. As you see that shadow, and it was actually a really pretty shadow. So I was really surprised it had decent quality. So I actually ended up buying, they had it on sale another time, so I ended up repurchasing it, and I have it like in a different area. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one since it's broken up anyways and it's just making a mess. So we're gonna get rid of that. This one here is, oh, Alien Cosmetics, when they were called that before they turned it unearthly. Just a cute little quad. I don't know. I'm going to put that in the maybe because I might just go ahead and get rid of that. I'm not sure just yet. All right. Oh, yes. Now this one is another nostalgic one. Urban Decay Prince. I love Prince. Love his music. So I heard it wasn't all that great of quality. I never used it though. I just got it for, you know, nostalgic purposes. So yeah, so I kept it in the case, but of course I am keeping that. Gonna go in my sentimental nostalgic pile. All right, Naked 2 by Urban Decay. Very pretty. Love the tones of that. That one and Naked 3 are so, so pretty. But again, that's a lot older, so I'm going to put that in nostalgic as well, because I doubt I'm going to even try to put that on my eyes. Revolution Beauty, we've got Precious Stone Diamond Palette. Actually really pretty, but like I feel, I don't know, I'm going to put that in the maybe because there's a couple of them like this. I'm going to decide maybe one of them I might keep or maybe none of them. I don't know, but I do like that color story. We have Cash Beauty. I don't even know where I found it. It might have been a subscription box. It's the only palette I have from that brand though. I don't even know much about that brand. Quality was okay. It wasn't anything superb, but it was okay. So I will keep that because it's my only palette from that brand. Again, I'm just not ready for my brutal, like all-out declutter just yet. So more so this is like just showing my collection and getting at least rid of a few things. Another Ofra, this is the Glitch 2000 palette. Again, I don't really care for Ofra's quality, so I'm going to go ahead and give that away. I have Studio Makeup eyeshadow palette, which looks just like the Urban Decay. I don't know which one it was, but maybe the Naked 2 looks like, or Naked 3. I don't know. It looks just like one of them. I'm going to put it in my maybe. I think it's the only, you know, palette from that brand, but I'm like, do I really even care if I have a palette from that brand or not? I don't even know that brand, who they are. Too Faced White Peach palette. I remember getting this on sale. I am going to keep that one. I have the ColourPop Mar palette. This one's pretty used and abused. Got pretty like messy, I think, just like with other palettes. Yeah, so, but I'll keep it with the rest of them, but I know it's not what I'm going to use, so that's okay. I'll just put it down at the bottom. I have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I actually purchased this, I want to say I got this maybe from TJ Maxx or whatever, so it was like, it's newer. So yeah, so I'm going to keep that. So the Too Faced, the tin ones like that, I'm probably going to keep all of those as well. Some of the other Too Faced I don't really care about, but the tin ones I do like. Wet n Wild, this is the Nude Awakening, like the original Nude Awakening. I'm going to take a look. I think I have the newer version of this, and if I do, I'll just replace that one, you know, this one with that one. So I'm going to keep it in my maybe until I figure out if I do have that one or not. So I'm pretty sure I do, though. I have Milani, I have the Pure Passion. Unfortunately, none of these are available anymore. But yeah, so I think I'll put this with the Nostalgic because I thought that was a really pretty palette. So I have the Pure Passion. I have the Bold Obsessions, which again, just really pretty. So I think for now, Nostalgic. And I might go through those again too and see. I have the Persona Identity 2. I like Identity 1 much better. This is just isn't really my color story. But I do like Persona, so I'm going to keep that. Another Urban Decay, one of those On the Run palettes. Don't like them. I'm going to get rid of that. Another BH Birthstone palette. This is the Amethyst for February. I do really like purples now looking at it. I don't know if it's a purple I'm really going to wear or not, but I'm going to put that in the maybe because it is pretty. I love purples, but that might be a little bit too bold of purples for me. ColourPop, we have the Double Entendre palette. I think this is such a pretty palette. I really like that. So I'm going to keep that. Here, I need to turn. Okay. Okay, sorry, I gotta change positioning here occasionally because, whew. Okay, we have the ColourPop Wild Nothing palette. Really, really pretty. It's definitely lighter tones, but really do like that palette. I remember using that and think it was really, really pretty. Good quality. We have the ColourPop Yes Please palette. Definitely more warmer tones, yellows, oranges, reds in there. Actually perfect for this time of the year, but I feel like this is an older palette. Yeah, it's okay. I'll still put it with my regular palettes, but probably not something I would, you know, usually wear. And then the Milani Soft and Sultry palette. This is my favorite of those. So what I might end up doing is maybe keeping this one and get rid of the other two. But those are my perfect. I love those tones. That's like that neutral, cool, perfect. Love that. So, and I did buy those later because they were having a sale on TJ Maxx, like before they like totally discontinued them or as they were discontinuing them. So that one is actually a little bit newer. All right, some more. We have another Revolution. I think this is another one of those. Yeah, this is a Rose Quartz, another one of the stone palettes. It's really pretty. I'm going to put it in the maybe so I can decide which of those two I want to keep, if either. We have the Profusion Naturals palette. For whatever reason, I just can't get myself to get rid of this. Even with as many neutral palettes, colors I have. Such a pretty color story, and these are so inexpensive. I just can't. So for now, I'm going to keep it and have to decide on that a little bit further later. Here we have Wet n Wild. I want to say this is the Walking on Eggshells. Shoot, I pulled the thing off. But I am going to keep this one because if it is a Walking on Eggshells, I love that little palette. I can't believe I pulled the sticker off though with the name. Huh. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to keep that. At least for now, until I figure it out. Too Faced Natural Eyes. I don't know. I'm going to keep it. Put it in the maybe. I don't know. Not sure about that one. Essence Daily Dose of Love. It was a cute little palette. Very inexpensive, decent quality, but I have those shadows over and over again, and I don't need it, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Look at that. Finally getting rid of some stuff. I have Makeup Geek. Promise Eyeshadow. I think most of these shades I have, and this is an older one, like before they went to the square pans. So I think I'm going to declutter that one. Yeah, because I have other ones. Violet Voss, the Essentials palette. It's a cute little palette. I just feel like, I don't know, most of those tones I don't feel like I would wear, and I have so many palettes that I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one, declutter that one. Oops, just a ColourPop in single shadow, empty. We have the Disney, ColourPop Disney Misunderstood palette from the Villains collection. Really cute, so put that in my pile here. Juvia's Place, the Festival palette. Let's see. Woof, that's colorful. I think I'm going to declutter that one because that's just not one I'm going to wear. Let's just be real. Not colors. Very colorful, very pretty, but not my cup of tea. All right, we have another Juvia's Place Afrique palette. Again, really cool, really pretty color story, but not one I'm going to wear, so I'm going to declutter that one as well. We have ColourPop I Love Sarai. Is that how you say her name? Through My Eyes collab palette. I believe this is a lot older too, so I'm going to go ahead and just put that in nostalgic because I know I'm not going to wear it. And then ColourPop Midnight Masquerade palette, the Disney collection. That one's really pretty too, but again, a couple of stinking, you know, pressed glitters in there. Ugh. Should stop that. Anyways, okay. Gotta bring some more over. I can reach them. Oh, that doesn't belong in there. Okay. Oh, shoot. I did have this one. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, anyways. KVD, the Edge of Reality palette. Somehow didn't realize I had this and bought it again. So I think this is the newer one that I haven't actually swatched, and I bought this one. The other one I think I got like used or something because I was like, oh wait, that's actually, I tried her other palette and I liked it. Totally forgot I had this. So I'm going to keep this one, and I'm eventually going to declutter the other one. But actually it's a really nice formula. I was surprised. I felt like I heard bad things about it, but I like it. Here we have Millennial Beauty again, the Cookies palette. I mean, it's kind of a cute little concept, but I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one because I think I kept the other one. Or I'll put it in the maybe, make sure I see if I decluttered that other one and decide which one of those I'm going to keep. Revolution, this is from a couple years ago. This was their Halloween collection, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Did a look with this one. It's actually not bad. So I think I'm going to keep these just with the nostalgic because Nightmare Before Christmas, I remember going to the theater when that first came out in the 90s. Saw it in the movie theater. So that does have like nostalgic things for me too. Okay, Smashbox. We have the LA Cover Shot Eye palette in, I don't know. Oh, no, it had an eyeliner in it too. Okay. Anyways. I might keep this one because I don't think I have any other Smashbox, and I got rid of some of the smaller ones. So I might keep this one, and then if I come across some other ones later on, then I'll determine just keep one of them. I'm not really into Smashbox eyeshadows. So ColourPop Coast to Coral palette, really cute for summertime. We have the ColourPop Lunar Has It palette, which was actually like single shadows, but they put it into like a palette, you know, like their own palette. So actually I remember this one being really cute, really pretty. I like those colors. Yeah, so. We have ColourPop Solar Moon palette, which I actually still have. I think I did actually use this one, but I put it back in the packaging because that, but yeah, really cute, really pretty, bright. Oh, sorry, could you see that very well? But yeah, really bright, really pretty, and like cool holographic packaging. So, oops, I forgot it still has like the cover on there. I don't always keep those. So there's that. Another ColourPop Frozen 2 palette, and this one was the Anna palette. I have both Anna and Elsie, so I did like Frozen. ColourPop Soul palette, really pretty. Lots of ColourPop if you couldn't tell. Nomad Cosmetics, we have the Studio 54. I think some of these are like duochromes or maybe even multi. I think they're at least duo. So I'm going to keep that palette. I think that's really cute. Let's see. Another Juvia's Place, the Berries palette. Really pretty, but it's really dark for my skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one too. Urban Decay Naked, the Smoky palette. Really pretty, but I think I'm going to put this in the Nostalgic too because I think it's really old and I don't think I want to attempt putting that on my eyes. This is Ruby May, the Purple Kush palette, maybe is what that says. Actually pretty. I like those purples. I actually might hold on to that. That's kind of a cool little color story. Kind of funny little. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I think this is just yeah, this is the other part of the Barbie collection. I know we're not doing these, but this is the highlighter. I think it was it a highlighter? Is that what I'm thinking? And the Super Shock or whatever highlighters. Can't get this stupid thing open. Okay, never mind. I won't show you because it won't even open, and we're not doing that type of products today anyway. So screw it. All right, we have the Too Faced Palm Springs Dreams palette. I just love the packaging on it. I think it's so cute. So I'm going to keep that one. I feel like that was a newer, like like when they were on sale, whatever. I have some Lime Crime palettes. I'm not really crazy about Lime Crime, but I have the Venus 3. I think I'm going to declutter that one. And then I have the Prelude. Or maybe, oh wait, yeah, I think I have another one too. I have the Prelude Exposed and Prelude Chroma. Okay, so Exposed and Chroma. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think this is one I'm going to keep. I'll just keep one of them. So I'm going to keep the Exposed, the Prelude Exposed, and get rid of the other ones. Yeah, they're just not my vibe. I just didn't really care, and their formula was okay. Another Morphe palette. I don't even know. I don't know why I don't have the names on here. Palette. Artistry palette is all it says. Oh, here it is. 9G. Oh my gorge. Okay, sorry. I didn't see the little... It's pretty, but again, I'm not into Morphe really, and I've got plenty of other shadows to choose from. That'll be very similar. All right, some more ColourPop here. This is when I was talking about the Baroque palette. It's actually really, really pretty. And there's another one too that's my favorite of those three, but I can't remember which one right now. Another Lunar Has It. It's just another for like Lunar 2021. But yeah. Only thing I don't like, this one has that pressed glitter. I can't remember if the other one did, but Aura and Out, very pretty for like spring, very colorful. Love, is that Lovebird? Yeah, Lovebird. That one's pretty, but again, those are all glitters right in the center there. Ugh. Why? Why? This is another nostalgic one. It says Living in Color, but like there was a TV show in the early 90s in Living Color that I used to love. And this is Hank and Henry. And I think that's only one of the only palettes I have from that brand. So I'm going to put that in the Nostalgic. It's big and bulky, which is the only thing I'm like, really? Why'd you have to make it so big? But anyways, that's going to go in Nostalgia. Oh, the balm. In the palm of your hand. Isn't that cute? Oh, I do have Mary Luminizer. Okay, I might actually put this in so I can use Mary Luminizer. I heard Samantha March talking about that the other day, and I was like, oh, I was like, yeah, it's been so long. But I might actually, this is actually a face palette anyways, I think, isn't it? Or no, I guess there's some, I guess you can use it either way. So anyway, so yeah. So I'm going to actually put that somewhere else because it's not really just eyeshadow palette. So, alright, Alter Ego Blooms palette. So it's supposed to be, was it the Love palette, I think? Yeah. But yeah, so keeping that one. Another nostalgic one, Friends with Revolution Beauty. And not the best quality, big and bulky, but I am going to keep it because I think it's just cool. I like the packaging, and so that's going to go in my nostalgic pile. Some more Juvia's Place. I have the Masquerade Mini Palette. I think I'm going to put this one in the Maybe. Does have some colorful shadows in there, but I still think it has enough like neutral shadows so that I could, you know, make it work. But we'll see. We will see. We have Juvia's Place, the Saharan 2 palette. Really pretty, but again, I think these are mostly like darker colors that I'm not going to wear much, so I think I'm going to declutter that one too. I think I'm just going to keep a handful of my Juvia's Place because I do have quite a few. I mean, they're not in here necessarily all, but oh, I'm another makeup geek. Aw. I don't even know what this one just had a bunch of, yeah, I'm going to declutter that one because those are really bright colors that I wouldn't wear anyways. Another ColourPop, this is Shayla. ColourPop Proceed with Caution. I actually thought this palette was really, really pretty. I remember when I got that. Yeah. And then more Revolution. These are the Forever Flawless. This one's an Optimum. Really pretty, and I feel like it's probably trying to dupe something. I don't know what exactly, but I have that one. I have this one, Forever Flawless Enchanted. Really cute, but I really don't need these. So I think, again, I might, I'm just going to declutter them. I really don't need them. I'm going to declutter them. Ugh, I didn't even want to show this one. I'm just going to get rid of this Jeffree Star Androgyny. I don't even know why I have that in here, but yeah, that's going. That's one brand I don't want to keep anything from. Beauty Bakery Breakfast in Bed. I think I'm going to declutter this one. I remember this one just not being as, I mean, even the color story is like, it's pretty, but it's so dull. Like there's no shine or anything like to it. So I think I'm going to get rid of that one. I have the other Beauty Bakery, so I'm fine. I have the BH Zodiac Sagittarius. This one I'm definitely keeping because I am Sagittarius, so definitely keeping that one. Another ColourPop Miss Bliss palette. Sorry, I know this one's not exciting as far as decluttering, but I guess I'm more so just showing you my, you know. This is the Tarte Sizzle palette. Actually, really pretty. I forgot about this one. Oh, sorry, I'm not putting it in focus. But yeah, actually really pretty. So I'm going to hold on to that one because I don't think I have a whole lot of Tarte anymore. Another nostalgic one I'm keeping. Another iHeart Revolution. Or actually, the other one was BH Cosmetics. This is iHeart. But it's a 90s palette, so I'm definitely keeping this. Just the artwork alone. I'm like, yeah, you got me. But it's just kind of cool how it's laid out. Yeah, so I'm definitely keeping that in my nostalgic pile. This one I've been holding off on just because this is actually a second one. This is the first one I got. Let me see if I can show you without like making a whole mess. But I received this with that bottom shadow there, as you can see, broken. So I kind of kept it as like a backup, thinking maybe I could save it, you know, because they did send me a new one. Like I reached out to them, showed them, and they did send me another one. So, but I kept holding on to this one, thinking, well, maybe I'll use it as a backup, blah, 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 who knows, whatever. But yeah, it's just too messy. And there's no reason. I'm like, I have the other one, it's fine. I don't need a backup, messy backup of that. So I think it's time to declutter this one. All right, what else do we have here? Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Actually really pretty. Again, I'm keeping the tin one, so I'm keeping that. Another Zoeva Premier palette. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. I mean, it's a pretty color story overall, but again, their quality, I'm just not that impressed. And I have plenty of other palettes that will serve the same purpose. Another Melt Cosmetics 420 palette. This one isn't one of my favorite of theirs. It's just because of the colors. And I like shimmers more than mattes. Like, I like to have some mattes, obviously, but like my palette, I'm going to choose more because of the shimmers than the mattes. So that was just not one of my favorites. Folklore, I have the Turkey palette. Oh, I guess I do have more from Folklore. So I think I'll put this in the maybe. I don't need to keep all of them from Folklore, but I'm going to see what I have and get rid of, like keep one of them. Another nostalgic one, Milani, with Salt and Pepper. So I just got that for that. So I'm going to put that in nostalgic palette pile because I'm not going to use that. Yep, this one too. So we had the Very Necessary and the Hot, Cool, and Vicious. Wait, did I show you? I think I showed you, right? I think I did. Okay, anyways, those are going nostalgic. Dominique Cosmetics and the Celestial Thunder. I did get this like in a boxy charm, whatever. I know I just keep trying to hold on to it because at one point, again, I was in that collector's mode, but I'm going to go ahead and declutter because that's not one I ever wore or ever liked to the color story for my kind of, you know, use. So time to just let it go. I have Too Faced, the Chocolate Bonbon palette. I did get this at TJ Maxx. I just thought it was so cute. I just thought that was adorable, so I am keeping that. Packaging sounds like it's coming loose though. Elf, the Chipotle palette. Mine did come up a little broken, but I was able to use it just fine, no problems. And I kept the cover on it so that it wouldn't make a huge mess. But I am going to keep this because I thought that was really, really cute. So, ColourPop Mint to Be, very minty palette. ColourPop Orangey Glad palette. Very orange. Probably would never wear that one, but again, just because I have all these ColourPop and I'm keeping them all. There we go. Another Tarte one. This one is the Busy Gal Goals. I might put this in the maybe. I think I would keep that other one, that other small one, over keeping that. So we'll see. I have Folklore Prague palette. Again, these are dupes for other palettes, but I can't remember what one. So I'm going to put this in the maybe, and again, decide which one of those I'm going to keep. ColourPop Candy Castle. This was one of my least favorite palettes from ColourPop, but again, it's ColourPop, so I'm going to keep it. ColourPop. Oh, these are just single shadows. So yeah, I'll put that with my single shadow collection and figure out. ColourPop in a Trance. Is that in a Love Trance? Is that what it's supposed to be? No, it's just as in a trance. Okay. Anyways, it's pretty, but I don't remember ever thinking the quality was as good on those ones. But, Honey. Yeah, similar to Urban Decay's Naked Honey. Nabla. I have these glitter shadows that I'm probably never going to use because I don't use glitter like that. And if I do, there's particular ones. Like I like little specks of glitter, not the big chunky glitter. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Eloise, this is like an indie brand. I got this from a BoxyCharm, the Queen palette. I'm gonna put that in the maybe, even though I don't have anything else from that brand. I don't know if I even really care to have anything. So this is another one I got from like a Boxy, but this one actually was really cute. It's Butter London Teddy Boy palette, but I thought that was really cute, like how it opens up. And I really like that color story. So I am gonna hold on to that one. All right, I have this from C Color, the Nightfall. I think that's similar because I got these other ones. I actually got these from Amazon because I don't have the Huda Beauty Rose, whatever palette that is. And so I ended up getting these ones, the Dusk palette from You Can Be. And then, I don't know why, but they're like similar, but they were slightly different. Because it came as two. Let me see. Let me look at this. I remember it being slightly different for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, there they are. And then here's the Nightfall one from... So what I might do... I'm going to get rid of these. The You Can Be was actually pretty decent quality. But I think because this one actually is probably the closest like dupe for it. And then I can't decide between these two. I think I'm going to keep this one from C Color and then get rid of these two from You Can Be. Because, I mean, it's just another dupe company that I don't really care about. So, oh wait. Oops, wrong pile. Yeah, so I will keep that one, at least for now. Let's see, Barbarella eyeshadow palette from B Beauty. This was another Boxy. I think I'm going to get rid of that because I'm like, yeah. Even though I don't have anything else from the brand, I don't even know the brand, don't care about the brand, so. Colored Rain, this is a Smoke Show palette. It's cute, but I'm going to get rid of that because it's just not the color story I'm going to gravitate towards, so. Get rid of that. We have Cab Cosmetics, which I guess I didn't realize I do have another one of their palettes. So I'm going to look at the other one. I like this color story, so if I'm going to keep one or the other, I think I would keep this one over. So I'm going to put in the maybe until I find where I put that other Cab one. And then clear that out. Oh gosh. Okay. I think we're in there. Okay. Sorry, I'm still in frame here, but you know, it's okay. Another Morphe palette. This looks like maybe single shadows that I put together. I don't know, because this one, oh, there we go. Painted Desert palette. So regardless, too warm tone for me, so I'd be getting rid of it anyways. We have the BH Nice palette. I like the Naughty palette, the bigger one, way better. So I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one because I don't need both. Again, another nostalgic one, Revolution. Now that's the 2000s. And again, with that little old school radio on there, got me. I like the color story, I think, of the other one better, but this is kind of cool. So, which is weird because I feel like the 2000s one from BH Cosmetic was way more cool toned, whereas this one's warm toned, you know, and then I guess the 90s was warm toned in the other one too, but this one seems way more warm toned for 2000s. Anyways, we have Carity Cosmetics, sorry, the Picante palette. I am going to keep that one because that is the only one I have from Carity. At least so I decide later on what I'm going to do. We have Iconic Beauty, the Hollywood palette. This is actually really cute. I don't know. I might put this up against some of those other ones. It looks very, very similar to that Nightfall one, and I might end up getting rid of one or the other. We have Alamar Cosmetics, the Reina del Caribe Volume 2. Again, I am going to keep my Alamar Cosmetic ones for now until I decide further on. We have the Storybook Cosmetics Fairy Tales palette. I don't know. I keep holding on to this one for nostalgic and just because it's such a cool like concept. But I'm gonna put that one in the maybe because that one might have to go too. Prints. This is the other Urban Decay Prints palette, I guess. I guess I forgot there were two of them. But yeah, so pretty color story, but I heard the quality wasn't very good. So again, I'm just keeping it nostalgic. So we're gonna put it aside, my nostalgia pile. We have this Hip Dot glitter deco palette. I'm gonna get rid of that because again, I'm not into glitter like that. And if I am gonna use glitter, I have specific palettes I will grab glitters from that I like and trust. Ciate London. I think this is the only Ciate London palette I have. It's the Editor palette. Actually pretty. I'm going to keep that one for now because I think it's only Ciate London unless I find another one. e.l.f. Rose Gold Nude Palette. It's cute, but I feel like I have those and I'm sure I have that. I don't know. That's in the maybe. We'll think about that. Strobe Cosmetics Divinity Palette. Doesn't interest me, so I'm going to declutter that one. Frozen 2. This is, of course, the Elsa palette. Pretty. This is a little one again from Alien, now Unearthly Cosmetics, called Wild. I'm going to go declutter that one because that's just not a color story I'm going to use. Violet Voss, we have this little one, I don't even know, maybe I got it from Boxy, I don't know, but not a color story I'm really going to gravitate towards, so I'm going to declutter that one. Ooh La La from ColourPop, pretty. And then the last one we have here, I'm going to keep that one, obviously. Sorry if I didn't know if I had to explain that again. But Too Faced, the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. I think this is so cute. I think for now I'm going to keep it. And then I might go through these little ones like this again. And just maybe like, you know, tweak that down a little bit more. But yeah. But sorry, I'm moving my leg out. Oh God, my body hurts. My body hurts. Oh, how do people do this? Okay, anyways, that's all I got for you now. Let me get my foot out of the frame. Okay, that's what I got for you now, so I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to tally all these up, move them into a pile here like the last time I did it, and give you my numbers. And then what I might do is just give you my numbers from video 1 and video 2, you know, just so you can kind of see where we are at this point, and then I'll keep doing that along the way as well. Okay, so hang in there. Be back. Oh my, so welcome back. There we go. So this is round 2, the final count. So we have our sentimental, which is the smallest category, is right here at 20. We have the maybe pile here is 35. I think I have that right. Yeah, 35. The declutter is over here at 52. And then we're keeping 85. So keep, declutter, maybe, sentimental. Oh, okay, so to give you the full count so far, that means, sorry, I'm cheating here in my little book. We're keeping a total out of the first 2 rounds. Again, this is first 2 rounds. We're keeping a total of 160 between this and the previous round. The declutter is a total of 81 between both rounds. Sentimental is a total of 43 both rounds, and the maybe, which again these are going to change when I choose to keep or get rid of some of these, is a total of 51. So at this point, and again this is just the stuff that I had hidden away, it wasn't even part of my main collection. Grand total, you ready? 335 palettes, y'all. 335 palettes. I told you my total collection is going to be well over 500. Again, this is not the stuff I wear daily. This is the stuff I threw in a tote because I didn't know what else to do with it. And again, this is my first declutter. Like, I've never decluttered. I've given a couple things, like, duplicates I had of things, or like a couple random things here and there I've given to friends or given away, But yeah, this is my first real declutter, and this is insane. So I'm telling you, I have a lot of makeup. And again, there's going to be another, I'm starting to finally get to that point where I'm feeling like I am the definition of a makeup addict. I have that addictive personality, I'm going to tell you right now. That's why there are certain things I avoid, or certain things I just know how I am. I get into something and I'm all in, and I want everything. I know how I am. I'm obsessive, I'm compulsive, I'm impulsive. I know my personality. So as somebody that is a makeup addict, again, please be nice in the comments, but this is a process for me. This does cause a lot of anxiety, and there's just something that FOMO, that's a serious thing, like feeling like you're missing out on something. So I've really had to monitor how much YouTube I watch and other things. Again, sorry, I know it's supposed to be just a declutter, but I just thought I'd throw out some stuff out there to kind of get an idea so you can maybe understand a little bit more where I'm coming from with this. But this right here is a huge step for me. This is a huge step because it's taken me a while to get here. I got into makeup just literally about 3.5 years ago, and this is how much I've collected in 3.5 years, which is just sad, pathetic, but that's how I am. And that's why I've got to figure out how to still, you know, test some new things, whatever, not feel like I'm missing out, not feel like I need like every stinking thing that comes out. It's a process. I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly like letting go and getting better. But again, it's a process. But yeah, so here we are, 335 eyeshadow palettes at this point that I've counted so far. I did like my single shadows that I showed you before, like the ones in these little, I did take those out, so that's not included in those. So I have separate single shadows, which maybe one day I'll actually do that too. Count on my, oh Lord, count on my single shadows. Oh God, I have a problem. Help me, Rhonda. Anyways, okay. But I'm gonna end it there because, you know, this is how we do. And I'm sorry I look like a hot mess, but yeah, this is what I look like on the daily, on the natural, when I'm not filming a regular makeup video. So hi, hello. And my, well actually you'll see that first, but my summer into fall palette video is coming up next, and then you'll see this. So, you know, if you end up seeing this first, I'd love it if you go back and watch the other one too. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Turn on all notifications if you're not already subscribed. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you taking your time and hanging out with me. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye. Well, welcome. All right, so we're still on part 2. I think I might just add this little bit I have in this bin here next to me to this current one. Just to not make this too long or too many different videos. So I think I can add it on. If not, then it'll go in part 3. But yes, so I will show you here the part we're going to do now. But hello and welcome. As you see, we are doing a eyeshadow palette collection more so, and some decluttering, organizing kind of stuff. I explained in my last video, this is kind of a big step for me. It's taken me a while to get here to be able to declutter anything. All the makeup I have here I've had for a few years now. Haven't decluttered anything other than giving, you know, a few random things here and there to friends, family. But it's been very difficult, and I explained it in the last video, so I won't go too in depth. But yeah, so this is a big step for me. So next, I'm going to show you what's in one of like my little cubbies, what used to be in my main makeup storage area before I got my Alex drawers. Yeah, so we're going to do that, and then I'll show you some other things. And I can tell you right now, most of this, I doubt I'm going to declutter any of this. This will just be more so me showing you what's in my collection, because this is all the stuff that's like, you know, stuff that I still like and not quite ready to part with. So there might be a few random things, but you know, don't get your hopes up too much that I'm doing a major declutter. So, okay, so I'm going to show you now. Here you go. So what we're going to do today, I have these 2 cubby storage bins that I at least want to like go through, maybe just reorganize, maybe move where they're located, that kind of thing. If there is still more time, or I feel up to it, then we might do a little bit more out of the actual Alex drawers, which are behind me. But for now, we're going to focus just on this because I've done quite a lot right now and I'm getting tired. Yeah, so this would be maybe extension part 2 or maybe part 3. So we'll see. I'll let you know in the video. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just get everything out on this blanket I've been using so I don't get the floor dirty. And we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, this one I'm zooming in a little bit more because I have less to put out. So, and again, I probably getting, might be some random palettes, like face palettes and stuff in here. So as I see them and find them, I'll try to remember to take them out, but here we go. All right, so yes, this is a much smaller pile. So what I did is I went ahead and grabbed the stuff that's like sitting on top of my Alex drawers. So yeah, the stuff that I had organized on top of my Alex drawers and like just a little plastic, you know, that I had on display. Went ahead and added those in here too, since this was a much smaller pile and it just felt like it was way more manageable. So we're going to do this part first, and then just depending on how much time or what I'm feeling like, I might actually go into the Alex drawers, but that might be part 3 or 4 depending on how I divide this. So we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yes, so we'll start with Glam Light chocolate donut palette, I guess. It's oh yeah, it's actually a really pretty palette. I like Glam Light. I like their formula, but it just feels so childish to me. Like this packaging is like, number one, way too bulky. Like I want something streamlined, more luxurious looking. I'm going to keep this though because I do really like the color story, and these metallics are like insane. They're beautiful. So I'm going to keep that. I just don't care for Glam Light's bulky packaging and, you know, theme, I guess. Just not my vibe. We have Violet Voss here, the Tie-Dye 4. So I'll try to bring you a little bit closer so you can see better. Probably going to get rid of this one just because it's not something I'm really going to reach for, and I'm not really into those bright colors, but I think I'm going to put it in the maybe pile for now just because I do really like their formula. I'm just not sure if it's one that I would reach for much. Whew. Okay, sorry, a little water break. Just realized I really haven't had much water. Another gimme. Oh, that's just empty. Never mind. Forget that one. Oh, let's see what I want to do. We have Pure Raw Beauty Christie. It's okay, just not really my vibe. I mean, in Pure, I'm just not crazy about their formula, but because it is Raw Beauty Christie, I am going to keep it. Scott Barnes. Oh, this is a toddy, made me buy it. Not impressed. It looks much prettier than it actually performs, unfortunately. This is the, what is this? Eyeshadow palette. I don't know. It's like a neutrals, I can tell you that much, but that's all it says. Anyways, not all that impressed, but since it is one of the few, I'm going to go through this. I think I have another one and just decide which one I want to keep, but not impressed, honestly. So I'm going to put it in the maybe pile until I figure out the other one. But I actually took myself off of their email list because I had such a bad experience during the holidays with something I was supposed to receive that I never received, and over a month later, still an issue with it. And then, of course, it was out of stock. Yeah, I was just done with them by then, so I said forget it. This is Adept Cosmetics Plain Jane palette. Obviously, definitely keeping. Love Adept Cosmetics. Beautiful. And this is an all like metallic, duochrome, multichrome, like, you know, special shade palette. So definitely keeping that. None of the Adept, none of the indie brands, like the ones that I talk about the most that I really enjoy, none of those I'm getting rid of. Another Adept Plain Jane Remastered. I got this because I wasn't sure if it was any different than the original Plain Jane. I do see like the layout looks different, but there is the Plain Jane versus Plain Jane Remastered side by side. I don't really know. I'm not really sure if you see a couple of color differences, but yeah. So I actually haven't really done this, you know, against each other. I might have to do that. Might have to be a video I do. So, but anyways, obviously keeping that. This is the Adept Ninhydrin palette. And actually, I think that's why I had these all set aside, is I was going to do a video with Adept Cosmetics on my palettes, ranking them. But it's hard because these are all beautiful. But yeah, Ninhydrin. I have the Amune Nu by Adept. Very pretty. Yeah, so definitely keeping that. I also got the new Amune, I don't know how you say it, but I don't know if it's different or not, but I saw that it was back on their website and had been gone, so I went ahead and got it. But that might be another comparison I do. This is the Adept Cosmetics Kodian. And again, I did have all these side by side because I was going to do a video, so still might have to do that. Let me know if you want to see that, Adept Cosmetics. This I'm going to declutter. This is Ulta Beauty. This was a little free palette they sent me with an order. Have no need or desire for it. So that's, I guess, our first true declutter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I said, most of these are not going to be decluttered. I have Odin's Eye, which is one of my favorite indie brands. The Soulmane 2 palette. Gorgeous, beautiful palette. My only thing with this, it's just not up as high as some of my other palettes just because of the color story. Like this row here is gorgeous. I made a look with it. It's beautiful. But this row here is just a little bit too warm for my liking. And then blues, I'm just not really into. So that's the only reason this one is not as high up on my, you know, particular list, but it's still really pretty. And that was another free Ulta one. I'm not even going to open it. Same thing as the other one. I'm going to declutter that. Let's see. Norvina. This is the volume 4. This is an absolute. I'm keeping this. This is my favorite palette of those. of the Norvina volume 1 through 4 that I have. This is top number 1, my favorite palette. Love this palette. Got it last summer, used it all the time, took it on vacation. It was beautiful. Love it. Not going anywhere. Okay, sorry, I have to turn myself around here because, whew, goodness gracious. I don't know how people do this all the time. Oh, another Adept Cosmetics, Heather Austin. Oh, yes, one of my top Adept cosmetic palettes. This might actually be number 1 for me. Oh, love it. Beautiful. Heather Austin, you did a great job. Congrats. But yeah, that's probably my favorite palette of all those Adept. We have Copacetic Cosmetics, the Haze palette. This is a newer one to me. Obviously, definitely keeping that one. It's beautiful. Look at that holographic packaging. Amazing. Awesome. Love it. Great brand. Great indie brand if you want to check out some indie brands. I have Cleona Cosmetics, the Dragon Fruit palette. Beautiful as well. Obviously, definitely not going anywhere. It is amazing. Amazing. So, she's a keep. Yep. No doubt. Sorry, I'm trying to, you know, Pat McGrath and those, you know, they're not going anywhere. So I'm trying to get through some of these other ones. Be Perfect, the Carnival palette. Again, it was one of those ones I was just Beauty Bay. It was inexpensive. Had to get something else for my order for free shipping, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I'm sure Be Perfect is fine. It's an all right formulation, but not anything I'm really interested in. So let's see, Profusion Violets palette. I am going to keep this one. $5 palette, and you know I love purples and pinks. So that color story just speaks to me. It's beautiful. So keeping that one. We have, yeah, again, another overhyped Scott Barnes palette. The packaging is amazing though. Look at that. Look at that hologram. Isn't that like amazing? That's the only reason I'm keeping this. That's sad. But you don't even want to know how much I paid for this palette. But yeah, like just look at that. Look at that box. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that is why I'm keeping this. Anyways, but this is the Scott Barnes Mesmerize eyeshadow palette. I mean, it's a pretty palette, but I honestly think his brand is overhyped. I think it's more expensive than the quality of the formula. Or like, you know, too expensive for the quality, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I don't know. I haven't used it yet. I don't know. I got it. By the time I finally got it and got my shipping stuff all squared away, whatever, I was just so frustrated by this brand that I was just like, screw you. Anyways, but I'm keeping it because I spent a lot of money. That palette was $120. I got it on sale, of course, for I think like 30% off, but still, yeah, it's staying. Revolution XX, The Matrix. Actually a really pretty palette. So I'm going to keep this one. I think these were my top 2. And then the Decadent Luxe. I think this is the one I did a look with. I'll have to look at my pictures and remember which one it was. Sorry, I know that little tab thing's annoying, but I like it because at least it tells me the shade names. I don't know why it matters. But yeah, actually this is a really pretty palette in this velvety, I don't know. It's just really cool. It's really pretty, and it's purple. No, purple. I don't know if you can tell there, but it is purple. Hard to tell. Yeah, there you can see a little bit of purple. But yeah, it's purple. It's pretty. I'm keeping it. So those are the 2, the Revolution XX that I'm keeping. Let's see. We have Colored Rain. This is the Juicy Boost. It's like a little book. It's actually kind of cute. It's really bright. I'm going to put this in the maybe because it's great. It's a nice formula. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not something I'm going to use very often. So NYX Ultimate Utopia. I actually am going to keep this one. I did a video with all NYX products. Check it out. Surprisingly, this palette, I forgot, is actually really good. The look I came up with, I was like, wow. I was like, that's really pretty. It's a little bit more expensive, but I mean, it is quite a few shadows. I don't remember how many shadows are in here, and I don't feel like counting it right now. Oh, it does tell you 40. 40 eyeshadows. That's a lot. But for 35 bucks, I mean, it still averages less than $1 per shade, so I guess that's technically not too bad. Okay, we have ColourPop. I'll tell you right now, again, not getting rid of any ColourPop, especially not these big palettes. It's a Mood palette. It's beautiful, beautiful. And this time of year for fall, amazing. Yeah, so that's definitely, actually have that in this because I was planning on using it for this time of the year. So, and then Your Golden is another really pretty one for like summer to fall. I think it's really pretty. Oh, yeah. So I do really like those makeup palettes of theirs. They're really, really nice, really good quality. BH Cosmetics. This is the, I think it was Winter 2020. It was their holiday palette, the Naughty palette. Beautiful. Love this palette. Did a look with this one as well. Gorgeous. So definitely keeping this palette. Yeah, so this is not going anywhere. Then this is the Made by Mitchell palette that I was talking about. There was another one that was similar, but this is one I'm keeping. These grungy shades, I did a look with this when I first got it. It was amazing. I love these grungy colors because, again, if I'm going to do color, those grungy colors are like the type of color I'm going to do, like a muted color. So I am keeping that one. And that is the only Made by Mitchell palette I have. Now this BH Cosmetics, this was last year's holiday, the Miss Claus palette, the Lit List. Not as impressed with this one. I like the year before better. But I am still going to keep it because it is still a pretty palette and I really didn't use it much. I'd like to at least dig into it one day a little bit more. So I'm going to keep that one. Oh, whoops. I don't think I meant to have this. Yeah, that's empty. You don't care about that? All right. Let's get into some of these that we know aren't going anywhere, but I'm just going to show you what I have, okay? All right, so we have Lunar Beauty. This is the Moonspell palette. I just thought this was so cool. I love how this is like a book. I think that's so cool. I didn't get the volume 1, but this is the volume, I didn't get the volume 2, but this is volume 1. But it's beautiful. Look at that. Such a pretty color story. Oh man, yeah, it's beautiful. So I am going to keep that. I'll probably keep all of my Lunar Beauty. I don't have all of them, but I do have a few, as you'll see. This is the Greek Goddess Lunar Beauty palette. Very pretty as well. Love those like muted tones. That's just my thing. You know, I love that. The Eternal Eclipse palette. Again, very sultry, like muted, very pretty. Keep that one. Oh, this is that other Scott Barnes. So this is the Pigment palette. So, I don't know. I'm going to put this aside with my maybe and decide which one of those two out of the two I'm going to keep, if maybe both. I don't know, just because I paid for them, bought them, whatever. We'll see. But Profusion Wanderlust, for some reason, I just keep holding on to this one too. And I know Kelly Gooch talks about this palette all the time and loves it. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep it for now, but I'm sure it might hit the chopping block eventually. So, and then BH Cosmetics, the Desert Oasis palette. I didn't get this when it first came out, but I got it from TJ Maxx at some point. You know, it was, I don't know, it was very inexpensive. So I'm going to keep this because I really do like BH Cosmetics. I like their formula. I don't know what's going on with the brand as far as the bankruptcy and all that stuff, but I do like the brand and I'm going to keep my palettes because I like them and I paid for them. So there you go. All right, now getting to the palettes that are not going anywhere. I'm just going to show you what they are. Yeah, just because. So I think we'll do all Natasha together. And I've got more Pat McGrath. They're just in my drawers, so I'll just start with these. We have the Patrick Tall, the Major Dimensions 1. Beautiful palette. Love it. Has the cream shadows in there. We have the 2, which is like the Rose Edit. Beautiful. I like this one even better than the first one. I think the formulas were a little bit better. Still stand by that, but love both of these palettes. Are obviously not going anywhere. Yeah. Sorry, trying to move my keep pile a little further back. Oh, let's see. Now again, I have more ABH as well, but they're just in different locations. So I have the ABH Norvina palette. This is one of my favorite. I love this palette. I did a look. I finally, like one day I was like, you know, I need to reach into some of these older palettes and just really get my thoughts and use them, you know, like get some use out of them. So I pulled this out. It was the beginning of this year, like in January. And I did a look and I used this rose gold color and oh, I forgot how beautiful that color is. Oh my God, I love this palette. The packaging, I mean, it's velvety, but I haven't had really any major problems with it. I mean, I keep it relatively clean, so, but obviously not going anywhere. And then the Sultry is my #1 favorite palette. So that's definitely not going anywhere. And then I did keep the Temptress by Alter Ego, which is the dupe for this, but yeah. I kept that just because I know there was a time this one was discontinued, came back, and just in case it ever does again, I want to have the Temptress. All right, I have my 1 Sigma Beauty palette here, the Ambiance palette. My other palettes are in another location as well, but I can't get myself to get rid of these little inserts. Most of them I do, but these are just gorgeous. The embossing in there, like just the artistry, is just gorgeous. And they're so thick and like weighted. They're not like just these cheap other ones that other brands use. Oops, and the brushes too. You gotta love that they come with the brushes. But yeah, this is one of my favorite The Ambiance, one of my favorite Sigma palettes. So Sigma, those aren't going anywhere either. One of my favorite brands right now. So, oh, Pat. Now, I'm not really good at remembering which is which, so I'm going to show you the color stories, and hopefully the ones that have actually listed what they are, I'll be able to tell you, but you should hopefully know. So, and I don't have any in order because I've had them mixed all around, but this is the Mothership 7, which is one of the rose ones. I did get the special packaging, but yeah, obviously not going anywhere. This one is... What is that? No, that's not. Okay, this is... I know this is the 8. This is the rose, you know, like whatever, part 2. So, and I got the special packaging on that one. So, let me know if you remember. God, I'm not good with... I don't remember which... I don't know. I know it's sad, but I don't remember. They don't... A lot of them aren't listed. Oh, this one is listed. Okay, it's 9. This is Utopian. Okay, I was trying to remember. Like, it's got to be the more recent one. Like, not the latest, but yeah. So Utopian Dream, beautiful. And then this one is the number 6. And I don't remember the name of this one right now off the top of my head. Sorry, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that one's staying, of course. Oh, then we have Natasha. So I'm going to start with the bigger palettes, I guess, and go to the smaller ones. We have the Biba palette, all-time favorite, OG palette, not going anywhere. We have the Circo Loco, which is probably one of my least favorites. Just, it's very colorful, and even like it looks like I came up with, I wasn't all that impressed. That's probably my least favorite. The Tropic, I think, is very pretty. I love these mattes. I don't go into the, you know, lighter shades so much, or the colorful shades as much, but these mattes are so pretty. Yeah, very pretty. The Trio Chrome. I wanted to like this one more. I mean, not that they're not nice, the True Chromes are all in the middle there, but indie brands just do it so much better. And she did do a multi-chrome or trio, whatever, in the newest palette, which was actually pretty nice for a mainstream brand, but indie brands still just do it the best. The Safari palette, which I know this one is discontinued, but I think this one is so pretty, so pretty. I love, and it's an all matte, but yeah, mine came a little broken up, but I was like, whatever, it's still usable, and it's a shade that I wasn't going to use much anyway, so. All right, now into my favorite, the midi size palettes. We have the Retro Beauty, all her beauty there, yeah, and I did do my most recent palette, my Dream Collection. I did do a video on that, so check that out. I did compare it to some of these palettes. There's the Glam palette, which is one of my all-time favorites. Love that one. That's definitely everyday. The Bronze is a little bit too warm tone for me. I mean, I can make it work in certain situations, but it's still not like the top. The Glam and Retro and My Dream are above that one to me. The Love palette, which I think is very, very pretty. That one is a favorite. The Zendo, which I wanted to love more. I'm just disappointed. I love the mini Zendo palette, but I was hoping that this bigger one would look more like that, be more representative, but it's not. Darn it. And then we have the Sunrise palette. Yeah, which is pretty. That's pretty. The bigger palettes, I think I have in the drawer, so I don't have this over here, but that might be all I show you for now. We'll see if I finish with this, but I'm going to do my counts and be right back. All right, my latest update here is we have 3 being decluttered, 4 maybes, and I think it's 47, but let me just double check my numbers. 47 keeping. So that makes a grand total so far, currently 207 we're keeping, 55 maybes, 84 we're decluttering, and then I didn't have any sentimental, like nostalgic ones here that I'm not currently using, so that still remains at 43. And then the grand total of all of them together, oh, sorry, just realized it's kind of out of focus there, or out of frame. Sorry. So yeah, oops, in case you didn't really see that. Sorry. Okay, now you can see. So 3 declutter. Those are just the same 2 palettes. 3 declutter, 4 maybes, no sentimental, and 47 keeps. Okay, sorry, that's better. Now you can actually see. Grand total though with all palettes currently is 389. So that's where we stand at this point before my main part of my collection. So wish me luck. But I think we're going to stop here for now because I'm tired. And this is all I can do for now. My back hurts and I don't know how people do this constantly. But anyway, so I'm going to continue this another night. But so far, for now, I feel pretty good. Like I said, it's a step forward. So I think at the end of the year, I'm going to actually get really brutal and declutter, actually do a real declutter. Hoping between now and then, just kind of work on the, you know, hold it has on me and the emotional, mental part of it and try to get over that. Because my goal for next year is to do more of a low buy and then kind of look at some categories and maybe do a no buy. Unfortunately, eyeshadow is not going to be a no buy because that's just my favorite category. But definitely time to slow things down and start using what I have because it's very wasteful and expensive. So this is where we are right now. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Turn on all notifications. Otherwise, I will see you in whatever I'm going to call this. I don't know if this is part 3 or 4, but see you in the next part soon. Have a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, my back. My body. Everything hurts. Help me.